Hello, I'm David Gower. Welcome to A Century of Cricket. Over the next couple of hours, we're going to remind you of some of the players that made the game great. The master batsmen, the master bowlers, who either terrified or bemused their opposition, and the fielders who took the catches that won the matches.
Oh, and that's brilliantly caught! What a fantastic catch!
Over the last 100 years, the game has seen many a change. We've gone from the village green and the odd occasional grudge match between England and Australia to a game played in 5 continents with 9 test-playing nations and a host of other countries where the game is played, enjoyed and nurtured. Some things, though, stubbornly never change. There's still the danger, the passion, the excitement, the weather, the tea break, the odd inexplicable batting lapse, the unplayable delivery. They're all here in A Century of Cricket. Inevitably, the first moving pictures of a cricketer are those of the first legend of the game, W.G.Grace. He set many records. First to score a first-class triple century, first to score 1,000 runs in May, first to score 2,000 runs in a season, did the double of 1,000 runs and 100 wickets in a season 8 times, and he hit the first Test century in England. It was against Australia in 1880. According to a newspaper at the time, English cricket died in 1882, when Australia beat England at the Oval. Well, if that was the case, they've been fighting over the body ever since. He was still playing, though not at Test level, when the Australians toured England in 1905, a period fondly recalled by cricket historians as the Golden Age. These are just some of the better-known names from both sides. Victor Trumper awed the crowds with his batting, as did teammates Joe Darling and Clem Hill. But the Victorians in all their finery got their wish and England were triumphant. From the beginnings of cricket in the mid-18th century, it took more than 100 years to establish what became recognised as the county championship.
The cricket teams arrived for a reproduction of a match played 200 years ago in the reign of George II at Sevenoaks, Kent. Ye cost of a piece of money, tossing up in other words, sets the 1734 Test match going.
This was somewhat surprising since cricket was the only popular team game with internationally recognised laws in England. It was the #1 sport in the country.
The bats are exact copies of the oldest in existence. The bowling is distinctly underhand, and controversy centres on sneaks.
In 1895, Derbyshire, Essex, Hampshire, Leicestershire and Warwickshire were all given a place in the county championship. The rest joined the Minor Counties Association. Worcestershire, Northants, Glamorgan and Durham made the step up to the top division at various points over the next 100 years. With the advent of the newsreels, the great players such as Jack Hobbs became national icons. Here he is, representing the rest of England versus Kent in 1929. this is Yorkshire's George Hurst, a hero of the Ashes winning team of 1905 and still to this day the only man to have taken 200 wickets and scored 2,000 runs in a summer. The instantly recognisable Kennington Oval is home, of course, to Surrey, seen here playing Middlesex, who are challenging Yorkshire for the honour of being the most successful county of the 1920s. With such enormous attendances, county cricket had never been so popular, and never would be again, as eventually the international game took precedence. The development of the domestic game was not, of course, restricted to England.
Here come the Englishmen, Harold Gilligan leading. There's Jude Singy.
And Frank Willey, who we've seen here before, he's getting a great welcome back too.
Australian states have been playing competitively since the middle of the 19th century, and in 1877 an English representative side toured the country in a series of matches later to become known as the Ashes. This is the New South Wales side of 1929 playing an MCC 11 at the Sydney Oval.
Alan Kippax made 108. Archie Jackson...
The New South Wales team had some great players within it. They also had the greatest name in cricket, Don Bradman.
Don Bradman made 157.
England's own master batsman and the man that Bradman modelled himself on was Jack Hobbs,